Hey everybody, Stephen Garn here, Team Most Awesome, Team Canada. And in the last video we showed you how to change out your airline to your fuel tank. So that line goes all the way back to your tank and we pulled it up through the snorkel. I put that little duck bill thing back inside. It's easy enough, you just kind of squeeze it up into a ball and shove it down there. The larger end does go on this side. That little round hole will go towards where your parachute cord or your paracord or whatever goes in through your board. And we already have the snorkel disconnected, obviously. And now I just want to show you quickly an easy way to get this breather line through one of these retainers. It's a pretty tight fit, so if you try to just jam it through there, you'll get pretty frustrated trying to force this rubber tube inside that rubber retainer. But a little trick I've picked up, and you'll notice the way I'm doing this is a little bit different because I already did the bottom one. So the top one you want to come back down on an angle. We talked about that in a previous video. So you'll see me putting it in from the top as opposed to from the bottom. So the first thing you want to do is trim this down to size, and I'm going to leave a little bit of slack here because I want to be able to control how tight or loose this line is. So I'll probably make it like, let's go with right around there. And I won't, I'll just save this because I might be able to use it for something else later. I won't try to force it up the one side and then back down the other, because if you put too much tension on these retainers, it starts to crimp this line, and you want to have as much airflow as humanly possible. Like I got good airflow now. I can even taste the fuel out of the carb. So I got enough line there now. So my little trick is I roll the retainer. So I roll this both ways. And normally you have a line in here. You normally have your paracord in here, or you have, in my case, I got a piece of kite string in there because I pulled out that paracord before, and I always like to leave that kite string in afterwards so you can pull a new paracord through, or it just helps you out, have a handle in there. And then I just pull this out when I'm done working on this end of the board. So now that I have it rolled up on both sides, here I'll lift this up for you guys so you can see better. Sure that's good enough. Okay, so now I got it rolled up on both sides. It's a little more substantial, like the amount that you have to grab onto is a little more substantial. And so I'm going to slide this down a bit because I want all this afterwards to be inside my snorkel line, and this is the snorkel I'm going to be using. So I just want to leave this deep enough in the snorkel line that it's not overly visible. And then I run this line, and I can see where my paracord likes to run on this throttle cable. So I'm not gonna mount it on the same spot that my paracord likes to run. I'm gonna mount it on the adjacent side. And then because it's all rolled up, it's easier to pull on. You can even use your kite string or your paracord, and you can get it almost halfway down the retainer simply just by, I'll run it this way actually. Simply just by pulling on that cord. It opens up a little bit of a void, and you just force it in as far as you can. And once you got it forced in a bit, because of how easy it is to grab this retainer now, you can quite literally just hold that tube there. With a little bit of brute strength, you can actually just slide the retainer up and over top of your line there. Move that around a bit. And there you go. You can see it's already coming off the other side. Now I can flip this down, releases some of that tension on top of that line. And pull that through. And when I got it enough of there that I can grab onto as far as that airline goes, I'll just grab that airline and pull it back through the other side. even now with this rolled over, I can pull that airline and bend it over, and I can slide that whole retainer back down so you can control where it's going to be, because obviously I don't want that sticking out all ridiculous like that, right? So, get that airline through there. There we go, got a nice chunk of it to grab onto. Pull that back down and just roll that down like so. And then what I'll do is later I'll put a little zip tie around here so I don't have too much stuff out in the way. Because the normal one that comes with your board is a red color, which looks like this. And I like to switch it up and go to something green. So that way, if I, depending on the event I'm doing, I like to kind of color coordinate my equipment. So I'll change my looming on my electrical wires, and I'll change my paracord on my handle as well as the one coming to the front of the board, and then I make different keys to suit the event. But anyways, Stephen Garner, Team Most Awesome, Team Canada. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.